Hi guys, welcome. So today we're going to be playing around with this, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure that I'm the best person to test this, but we're going to do the best we can. So this is the Hcalory diesel heater. So it's like a portable heater that you can use to heat your garage, your shed, your whatever, your RV, variety of things. And they, full disclosure, reached out to me, asked if I wanted to test it, and I said, sure, why not? But I did also tell them that, like, I live in California, and my ability to test this is going to be not as good as somebody who's in a colder climate. And they're like, that's fine. So it is a heater that comes in a form factor similar to like a toolbox, right? There's like there's actually a door on the side of it. You can see the tank there on the top. There's a remote controller here that you can control it with. And this is a diesel powered heater for small to mid-size spaces. Pretty neat form factor. It's kind of like a Pelican case. It's got that door that opens up. It's easy to look at. On this side, we have a controller. Looks like that. And then there is a power connector here because it needs power for the blower. And then it runs on diesel. So let's look at what comes in the box. And we'll see how this works. Now today is kind of crappy. It's like 55 degrees here, which I recognize is not cold. And there are places where it is cold. But I do remember growing up, you know, cleaning my car in my parents' garage with a propane torpedo heater. And, you know, that kind of sucked. So we'll see how this guy works. It looks like one of the downsides to this is that it has to be vented into the garage, right? It doesn't have a, like you can't just run this inside the garage. If that makes sense. You have to actually vent it into the garage. But they give you like this vent that you could cut into a door or into a wall or, you know, something along those lines to make it more permanent. So you could install this vent and then this would be your air intake into the room, right? So more of a permanent installation. I would say that would be useful for like an RV. Let's see what else is in here. There's a pipe, which is going to be used for transferring the heat. That would go from the output here to this vent. We have a power supply that is AC. We have a power supply that is DC. So if you wanted to power it off of your, you know, your RV battery or something like that, you could totally do that here. There is a remote controller as well as a regular controller. The regular controller is mounted on the side of this box in like a holder that it actually can clip into and out of. So let me remove this really quick. There's just a zip tie on here for shipping. So this controller unsnaps, right, and pulls off. And you could mount that, let's say you're using an RV, for example, you could mount this inside your RV and control it from inside the RV rather than having to go outside and make changes. Obviously there's remote control, but this guy has like a 3-pin connector on it. And I see right here in the box, there's another 3-pin connector harness, so you could extend that. We're not going to be using that today. We won't need it. We won't need the 12-volt connector here today. Just, you know, just note from what I mentioned that they do exist and they are here. So what else do we have? We have, oops, sorry. We have this, which must be like an intake tube for air. Guessing this is air in on this side. There's like a little filter canistery thing. There's a little muffler looking thing. A bunch of hose clamps, and then some mounting brackets. So let's take a look at the instructions here really quick. So just looking at a couple things here. First off, we've got our, let's say gas, but it's not gas, it's diesel. This runs on diesel. I did pick up a gallon of diesel, so we can put some in here. There's a little filter that sits in here just to make sure that you don't get any gunk in it. So let me grab that. I recognize this is a 2-stroke gas can. I don't have a diesel can, but I also don't really need, well, I don't buy 2-stroke or mix my own 2-stroke anymore. I just buy it ready-made at this point, because you can buy it without ethanol. And I find that that is better, lasts longer, etc. All right. So again, red can. This is diesel though. Diesel, not gasoline, diesel. So let's put this lid back on. I put exactly 1 gallon in that can, like 1.000 on the pump. So it looks like it's about half, maybe 2/3 full. All right. And then getting everything set up, we have our pipe here. This should expand. Yeah, this is flexible and expandy. So this goes on here. There's a hose clamp here. So we'll install our hose clamp. So we have our duct, and then we have our exhaust pipe, and then we have our intake. So this is the intake. Just like a canister looking thing here. Goes on this. It's like a little plastic thread, twists on. There are clamps for this as well. So grab this. So this is our air intake. Or something. Actually, I don't know. This is probably air in for the engine, because there is another vent on the other side. But anyway, got that. And then this is the exhaust pipe, and there's a muffler, and we use the exhaust pipe with the muffler. And this is mountable, so there's like mounting brackets and stuff in here for it. So if you're mounting it on your RV or whatnot, you have the ability to bolt it on, or whatever, on the side of your shed, your house, your, I don't know, maybe you've got a hut where you go fishing in the winter or something like that. Think of a variety of places where I would have used this growing up when I was in Pennsylvania. So here's our muffler. And then we'll grab one more clamp. And like I said, there is a bunch of mounting hardware and stuff in here. So we're not going to use all of it, because we're just going to try this out. More of a temporary setup, but we'll see how she works. All right, so we have our fuel in it. We've got our duct connected. We've got everything mostly set up. Let's grab our power cord here, plug this guy in. Power is on this side. And they give you, like I said, a DC power converter here. So that is now turned on. And it says power 13 volts. And then there's an on button here. It's like it's testing airflow first. So I've got air coming in that side, going out this side. Let's see. how do you operate this? This is for wireless temperature sensor remote control. So we've got this remote control guy here. So check this out. There's a screen on it. It says H4. Long press the power button to turn on. Okay, so this is off right now. Press it again. It just kicked on. Okay. In the on state, press plus or minus to set temperature. All right, it looks like it's like priming the fuel line right now. Getting all the air out of it. Huh. It's pretty sweet. There's actually exhaust coming out of it. That's cool. Let's see if this is warm. Not yet. It's very quiet. Safety instructions, control panel. Okay, so in the off state, press 2 seconds to hold turn on the device. Manual mode has 10 gears. Constant temperature mode. Press the up or down key to increase the temperature value. Press and hold the gear for 2 seconds to switch between manual and constant mode. All right, well, the exhaust is hot now, so it's doing its thing. All right, let me just let this run for a minute. We'll see how long it takes to get hot. Then what we'll probably do is we'll close the door down on it and make it so that the exhaust is staying outside the house. And this exhaust is getting hot. So, now obviously under ideal circumstances you would do something like cut a hole in your garage door and install this or something like that, but let's let this run and see how it does. There's definite heat coming out of the exhaust. Oh, that's toasty. I'm gonna stick this thermometer in here. So it's up to 99, 102, 104. It's still climbing here. It's nice. It doesn't have any smell to it, the actual heat. Obviously there is out of the exhaust, but there's no smell coming out of this, which is nice. Let's say it's capped out at like 125. It's definitely hot. This is really cool. All right, so check it out. It's running. You can barely hear it. The controller is in charge of the temperature, so we can set it to whatever we'd like to. In this case, I've got it set to 72, which is toasty. And then it just runs. There's also a manual mode that we can put it in. But I tested the air coming out of the unit with just like a regular meat thermometer, and it read like 185. So it's pretty sweet. It's nice and toasty. I'm just blown away by how quiet it is though. So I'm gonna let this run for like an hour and then we'll come back and see what our temperature is like. Okay, so I ran this thing for a little over an hour and I just picked this up and screwed it all up. But it went from 66 to 69.3 in here. All I did was stuck the vent under the door. So obviously with a more permanent installation, like physically cutting a hole in a door or having it go through a window or some other opening, something like an RV or a smaller building, like this is a 3-car garage, so it's 30 by 30 in here. I think it could do an even better job. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely comfortable. It doesn't stink. Let me open my garage door here. As you can hear, it doesn't really make any noise. It's not making a mess in my driveway or anything like that. Obviously there is exhaust coming out of it, but exhaust is hot, of course. Here's our screen. I just had it on high, manual high. So if I shut this off, like that, now this is going to cool down. It's going to continue to circulate air, but the intent is to cool down the body of the actual unit. Let's look at our thing. Oh, we barely went through any diesel. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Like I said, I started off with a gallon. It was like, I don't know, slightly higher. But dang, that's really impressive. Now, would I use this? Well, being that I'm in California, I have the benefit of not really needing a heater long term, right? There are definitely days where it'd be useful, and having it to raise the temperature of my garage by a couple degrees is super nice. Obviously, the colder it is, the more drastic an effect it's going to have. I mean, the air coming out of this was 180 degrees when I measured it with my thermometer. So it's very clearly capable of creating quite a bit of heat. It does move quite a bit of air. I think the intent would be to mount this in a permanent way, right? They give you mounting hardware in the box sitting over there. I would want to have it mounted like to my RV or connected to my shed or whatever it was that I was trying to heat, and have that duct connected and set up and be using the remote control that's over there, or even have this control installed inside the building. I would probably invest in longer vents, or vents that, maybe made a little bit more sense depending on how I had it situated, right? This is just a standard, it's like a 4-inch duct. That is a 1-inch exhaust. I'm confident that you could do something a little bit longer, especially on this duct. I think the exhaust is perfectly fine as long as the thing is outside the building. So I would probably want to put a longer duct on this, get the exhaust a little bit further away. The intake has a small lip. It doesn't look like it's really designed to have any sort of intake tube on it. So I would just want to get the exhaust as far away from the intake as possible. So maybe if you were situating it more like this, have this exhaust come out here a little bit more, and then have that curl inward, just to keep you from having any fumes or anything like that. There is a CO monitor, so it is monitoring to see if it's delivering carbon monoxide, which is kind of cool as a safety aspect. And it says right here on here, CO, right at the top corner there. And you can see that it's off and it's cooling down. You do have to give it some time to cool down before you can turn it back on. I think it's like 3 minutes, because everything needs to cool down before it's able to start back up. But yeah, it's really neat. I like it a lot. And it's pretty inexpensive. I'll throw a link down below. You can get them from Amazon. There's a couple different models. I'll throw a link to this specific model. Yeah, I'm honestly really impressed. It worked very well. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching and have a great day.